I know the title of the video, pretty attention grabbing. I know it's probably controversial. We can check out the comments to see. But I just want to start this video by saying I can almost guarantee back here, July 2020, June 2020, ADA is around 10, 11 cents. I'm making bullish videos on ADA, talking about what's potentially in store. I could almost guarantee you there were people that were just like, there's no way ADA is bullish. And we saw what happened next. And here we are. We've gone through another bear market. ADA is oversold in similar ways as the last bear market, and ADA is trading at 36 cents. Now in this video, I want to break down the two clear targets to around 60 cents for ADA. So it's not exactly double, it's almost double where it is right now. And I want to just lay out the framework, the path for that. So hit the subscribe, hit the like button, and let's dig into this. And before we talk about those targets and look at what it might look like and the setup that's even happening on the weekly chart right now, I want to just touch on the Bitcoin dominance chart because this is interesting. And I actually think I might do just a full Bitcoin dominance video. But just notice right now, and this could be the setup for ADA and other altcoins to explode. Look at the resistance area on Bitcoin dominance right now. Here's May 2022. Here's November 2021. And here's July 2021. Note that this is basically the bear market, right? Look at dominance, first off, just sideways, but we're at this very clear resistance area. Is Bitcoin dominance getting ready to fall? If so, this could be because altcoins getting ready to do something special. This could be because altcoins like ADA getting ready to almost double and hit really bullish targets as we exit and get out of this bear market mess that we've been in. So that's the first part of the Bitcoin dominance chart. The other thing I just want to really quickly take notice of is right here. This was January 2018. This was the beginning of that last bear market all the way back here. Notice what Bitcoin dominance did back then. It rose. Altcoins were plummeting in a whole nother way. And it's interesting to see on this Bitcoin dominance chart, that was the last bear market. And this is kind of the bear market this time around, just hovering down here in a channel. And this goes to show, I think this is a really important data point, that times are changing. And though Bitcoin is number one and will likely remain so, altcoins are catching up in terms of market share and in terms of what they're building and how they're growing and how the value of those things are growing. So this is something to keep an eye on, especially as we do kind of more bullish videos like this, the ADA targets to the upside. So let's talk about ADA, where it is right now. I'm going to end the last part of this video talking about potential downside because right now ADA is at this extremely macro and zoomed in resistance area, but that could be the very catalyst for what allows ADA to explode, but it could be also detrimental to ADA right now. So let's do it. Right now, the first thing I just really want to take notice of is the weekly chart and the support above the green 20-week moving average. You know, everybody, this is one of my biggest weekly chart indicators for ADA. We've been waiting the entire bear market for ADA to break above and stay above, and just look at that. I just wanted to take note of that. And right now on the on the RSI, a ton of room to the upside for ADA to absolutely make a move, a very strong move, which we're about to look at to the upside. The other thing on the ADA BTC chart I want to take note of is this. In terms of the dominance conversation that we just had, ADA making a rise against Bitcoin, notice where ADA is right now on the weekly, coming out of overbought. What happened the last time that happened? Back here, ADA coming out of overbought, and ADA started beginning to rise in terms of Bitcoin dominance, right? Against Bitcoin dominance. So ADA became a little bit more dominant. This could be what's happening right now. And interesting to note, when it was oversold back here, ADA on this dominance, or ADA on the ADA BTC chart that we see, was lower than where it is right now. So oversold right here, oversold all the way down here. So this could be another picture of ADA dominance in terms of Bitcoin. Let's talk about the targets to the upside. So two clear targets, and then we're going to talk about those resistance areas, very stubborn resistance areas. First target to note is kind of probably the original target that we've been tracking. It's huge. It's a falling wedge back here. ADA broke out of it in January, and just kind of we got this throwback. Didn't exactly come back all the way down to the trend lines, but we got a nice throwback, a nice consolidation and convergence of all these moving averages. Look at all the moving averages right now. Just look at this, all converging together as they intertwine. And now, besides that, we have this other setup on the chart. And mind you, the target out of that falling wedge right around 60 cents. We have this other setup, which we've noted before, which is kind of this inverse head and shoulders playing out. Also, a target of around 60 cents to the upside. I want to just real quick pivot to an XRP chart, because this actually will lay the case. And it doesn't always have to be XRP. It doesn't have to be ADA. There's oftentimes in these markets, in these cycles, a crypto that just starts moving first. It starts doing something special first. It's always different, it seems, but in this case, it's XRP. Notice where XRP was. I mean, it was down here around 36 cents. Notice that's right around where ADA is right now. Even back here around 32 cents, closer to where ADA is. And look, it's 52 cents right now. So XRP on its own journey of almost doubling, right? So I just want to note that the possibilities are there, and XRP might actually complete and actually continue to almost double, right? So if we go back to the ADA chart, we have our 60-cent targets to the upside. ADA is at 36 cents right now. If we're looking at ADA on this chart and we're kind of trying to evaluate, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? The best thing to do, at least for me, as I'm watching these charts, is just to revisit the area, this confirmation area, and it is the resistance area that we've been talking about for a long time. It's the swing high all the way back here in November to the December swing low. Some of you are probably so sick of me talking about this, but look at ADA. We've already tested it prior, all the way back here in January, February, failed coming down out of March. Now we're in March, we're testing it again, that green channel resistance, and we're failing right now. ADA has failed. Now, that's the longer term resistance area. This is where things could get explosive for ADA though. I know it's resistance, it's not good. The short term resistance area, check it out. Swing high on the shorter term to the swing low where ADA is consolidating. And we have now this lower high Fibonacci, very similar to one we just tracked, but zoomed in, ADA seeing resistance there. A ton of resistance. This is something that we should be very cautious of. This could very much be too big of a barrier for ADA. And if it fails, we could see ADA continue to the downside. And this could be an environment where markets are just crashing and just things are not looking good, right? And the altcoin rage that we're looking to see or anticipating possibly happening obviously fails and doesn't happen. There's downside potential for ADA, new just shorter term lows in play, right? So I just want to note that. But the thing is, when we look at the weekly chart and we look at historical data and we look at just crypto as a whole, as what it's done in previous bear markets exiting, ADA is set and primed for an explosive move to the upside. If we go back to the daily chart, you can even just see on the moving averages, ADA right now, as I do the video at least, above all three moving averages. We want to see if we get that immediate short-term continuation, meaning in 2.5 hours as I record this video, is ADA going to close above? And look at the 50 and the 200. If I zoom in here, the blue and red, they are like right there at 35.9, 36 cents. ADA just above it right now. Is ADA, as it ticks up just right now, is ADA going to close this daily candle above that area? And how will the next daily candle close? Will it be back below? Or will there be separation to the upside, maybe into this huge resistance area that we just discussed? This is what I'm watching in the very short term, but you see how it's kind of playing out on the kind of macro, right? The 20-day moving average support, this is good. We want to see continued close above the moving averages. Point is, if ADA makes an explosive move through this resistance area, really up to around 40 cents, hits above that neckline of the inverse head and shoulders, we could have a huge, massive breakout rally for ADA to the upside. And it could be playing out right now. So for me, this is just simply how I watch these charts. I've been doing this way for years. If you've been watching my YouTube channel, I always like to, for my own crypto journey, maintain a certain level of caution, even in environments where there's breakout potential, because we know that it could just be a fake out. And we know when there's resistance here, we should be very careful. So this is my thought. This is my thought on the ADA chart right now. And we're going to just continue tracking it and watching it. It's a game of patience. Again, we go to that weekly chart. It was a game of patience as we were tracking ADA all the way back here, right? And it's a game of patience once again. So we'll see what happens. ADA on the zoomed out, looking strong in my opinion. But again, that's just my opinion. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll see you all in the next video. God bless.